A very pleasant morning to all of you. Today, Aracha Parekh from St. Thomas High School, Mahua, am here to further continue with the subject of English for the students of class 5th. My dear students, during the previous lecture, we started unit number 10, that is the Supremo. What is the meaning of Supremo? Supremo, that means the one which is very important and is the head of each and every thing. We saw activity number 3, the Supremo, in which we discussed about the sun. The great sun who comes up in the morning and who is considered to be the king of the sky. He orders the stars to get out of his sight and also the moon when it turns perfectly white. So, the rest is when, at the time of the end of the day, when his power starts to reduce and he rules down the other stars and moon. So, today we are going to see the question answers of this same activity. Answer the following questions. The first one is, who is the king of the sky in the poem? So, according to the poem, as we discussed, that the sun is considered as the king of the sky. So the answer will be the same. The sun is the king of the sky in the poem. The very next question is, whom does he orders to go away? So as we discussed that the sun orders the stars and the moon to get out of his sight. So the answer will be, he orders the moon and the stars to go away. The third question is, at what time of the day does he sit on his throne? So, when the sun comes on to his throne, it is the time of noon. So, the answer will be, he sit on the throne at noon. The very next question is question number 4. When does he ceases to reign? That means, when does the sun stop to rule the entire day? So, the answer will be, he ceases to reign at the end of the day. Question number 5 is, which lines in the poem indicate that his power begins to ebb and wane? So, ebb and wane, that means to become less. So, the lines describe in the poem that when does the power of the sun starts to reduce and go down. So, the answer will be when he descends in the afternoon. That means when he is at the stage in the afternoon, the shadows grow long. As he moves towards the west direction, when he is about to set in the afternoon, the shadow of the objects which are placed on the earth grows long and long, and the power begins to ebb and wane. And at that time, when he is about to set at the end of the day, the shadows are growing long and his power is reducing more and more. So at that time, his power begins to ebb and wane. So these are the 5 question answers which you people need to write in your fair book, and I hope that each and every one of you must have completed up till activity number 3. So this poem, the Supremo, is also what you need to write in your fair book, and don't forget to write the keywords for the same. Let's see activity number 4. Activity number 4, adjectives are describing words. In the poem, you have read some describing words like powerful, light. So what are describing words? You might have studied for the same in the previous classes of grammar. Adjectives are the words which describes the noun. So such describing words which describe the noun is what you need to write here. Find out the 5 other describing words from the poem and write the same in your fair book. So let's see the poem. In the poem, we saw when the great sun. So here, great is the adjective used to describe the sun. So the first one is what we are going to write, great. Comes up at the dawn, he is the king of the sky. The very next word is white. So let's see the line. Turns perfect and the moon turns perfectly white. So here, white describes the moon. So we will write the next word, white. Turns in the powerful light. So here the word powerful describes the light. So we will write the next adjective as powerful. Then comes the very next one is bright. So bright. brighter than bright, and sits on his throne brighter than bright. So bright is also considered as an adjective. And the very next one is long. So at the end of the long day, when the sun is about to set, the shadows grow long. So here the long represents the word shadows. So shadow is long is also considered as an adjective. And the fifth one is kingly. So here in his kingly, when he goes down in his kingly way. So kingly, that means the kind of power which he was doing, which the sun possesses. So kingly is also an adjective. So you need to write all the 5 words, for all the 5 describing words from the poem in your fair book. My dear students, here we are at the end of today's video. So you have to complete your fair book up till activity number 4. Thank you and have a nice day.